If you want to play 3DS games on your computer, Azahar Emulator is the best option. It used to be Citra until Nintendo did what they do best, and you know, Citra doesn't exist anymore. But Azahar is kind of the reskin of Citra, so if you already know how to use Citra, I mean, you can get Azahar. It's gonna import all your Citra settings to it, and you're good to go. If you have absolutely no idea what any of this is, just get ready for the explanation. This is, I promise it's not as complicated as it looks, but you're gonna want to make a folder, and then all your 3DS games, you put it in the folder. Now, sometimes a 3DS game can be like locked down or encrypted, and if you get a game that's encrypted, you have to decrypt it. And there's this thing called the Batch CIA 3DS Decryptor that you can, there's a folder you can download online. You drag your game in the folder, you click on that thing, it gives you a new file, which is the exact game file you put in, but it's a decrypted ROM. And then you change, as you can see here, it says encrypted files and .3ds files are no longer supported. So now you have to go to your game and you would just right click it or whatever you do to rename the file. And at the end here, you have to type .cci. I don't know why I did not make this. You have to type .cci at the end of your ROM file for the game to work at all. And just make sure that it's like not a locked game, but it's a decrypted game. Then you go to File, you load your ROM, you go to where the games are saved, and you click on the game. Azahar will run the game. Install CIA, I guess you can install games from the emulator itself. I've never used that. Set up system files, what is this? I don't know. You don't need that. You see, I'm gonna go over the important things. So recent files are games that you recently opened. So the games that you want to go back to right away, they're right here for you in file. Open the Azahar folder, that opens up where you have the game saved, and you can put your cheats right in there. All the emulator stuff. Emulation, so when the game is running, you can pause it, you can stop it, you can restart the game, you can load and save a state, so you can save the game anywhere, no matter where you are in the game. You can save it and go back to it at any time. And then you can configure some controls here. So in the general tab, you can choose confirm exit while emulating. So if you click X, it's gonna ask you, are you sure? Are you sure you want to stop? Pause emulation when in the background. So if you click off the window, the game will pause. I have that off, so if I don't have the window selected, if I click off of it like this, I can still input things into the game. I can still play if I'm doing something on the side, like listening to music. You can mute the game when it's in the background. And you can hide the mouse when you don't have the window active. You can make it automatically check for updates, which is nice. And you can change the emulation speed right here. So if you want to screw around, you can put that. Although I don't even want to know what percent that is. Let me see. you can put no cap on the game. Okay, that's ridiculous. Leave it at 100. Just be normal. Or not. You can choose where the games are. Screenshots are saved too. And then in system, you don't really have to do anything here. And if you notice, it literally has the username of Citra, like this is just a reskin of Citra. Anyway, nothing to do here. Just leave it at the default, whatever Citra set for you. The graphics, you can make the game display nicer than the actual 3DS is, all the way up to 9 times bigger. And then you can leave the defaults on. It's fine, you don't have to touch anything else here, honestly. What is this? Left eye default? I have no idea what that is. But you don't need to know what it is. This is the only one you'd be using. Internal resolution, whatever you want the game to look like. 720p is not bad. If you have a powerful computer, I mean, go ahead. I don't even think your computer needs to be that powerful to do this. Okay, you can change the audio settings. You come down here to this slider. This is how you actually change the volume of the game. And what else is here? You can choose the input for your microphone. So if you're playing games that use the mic on the 3DS, you can also emulate that on your PC. It all works just fine. And then you can configure your controller here. So you would click on this, for example, like A, and then press whatever you want A to be on whatever controller you're using. And if you go here, oh, I should not have done that. Don't use the scroll wheel on your mouse. Use the bar on the side to scroll down so you don't screw everything up. But this is so important if you're playing a game on the emulator and you're having such a hard time because you wish you had an actual 3DS. This is going to save your life here. Motion touch. So for Triforce Heroes, for example, if I right click my mouse, all these points on the screen where the X's are, it's gonna touch all those points at the same time. So depending on what game you're playing, you can do custom controls with your mouse and make it touch points on the screen wherever you want. It will save you in some random game at some point, trust me. Okay, so hotkeys is just using the keyboard to make the emulator do whatever you want. You can set anything to whatever you want here. So it's very nice and convenient. View, so you can force full screen with F11. Alt and enter at the same time, full screen to any application on Windows. Doesn't matter what it is. And the, what is it called? Task Manager, you can control what the windows are doing in the Task Manager. You can choose single window mode, so you can just have one screen showing. And screen layout is just the layout of the DS screens, so you can change that here. And you can make your own custom layout. I didn't even know that. And the other things you don't really need to touch this. There's multiplayer. There's extra emulation tools, and that is it. That's how you play 3DS games on a PC. Thanks for watching.